Hello students, good morning to all. So today we will continue our discussion on lesson 2 internet services. In the last class we have studied about the SMTP protocol or telnet. Now today we will study about the POP protocol, which stands for the post office protocol. This is commonly used in email protocol. It helps to retrieve the emails from a remote web server. So POP is used to access the mail from the web server using a local client. All POP3 mail servers have unique address. All POP3 mail servers have a unique address provided by the email service provider. Now, to effectively use the POP3 protocol with the email client program, the address of the mail server must be configured correctly. So we need to input our username and password to successfully receive the emails from a remote web server. So it supports a single client. There are several versions of the POP, but the POP3 is the current standard. POP is an application layer internet standard protocol which works on the application layer. POP supports offline access to the messages, thus requires less internet usage time. POP does not allow search facility. In order to access the message, it is necessary to download them. It allows only one mailbox to create on server. It is not suitable for accessing non-mail data. POP commands are generally abbreviated into codes of 3 or 4 letters, means as a mnemonics. These are the different POP commands description, which is not in the syllabus. No need to go through that. So now next we will study that how we connect to a remote computer with the help of the telnet, and this will done with the help of the different kind of hardware and operating system. So telnet with its built-in command structure provides access to the remote host computers. So it allows the user to log in on the remote computer system using the correct login and sign in credentials. So if you prepared your ID, login ID and password you have set for the telnet, uh, so you can join to the uh, remote computer. The telnet program gives you a character based terminal window. So the telnet program gives you a character based terminal window, means not user interface, character based. On another system, the steps to connect the telnet using Windows 7 are, so how you connect in the Windows 7, that we'll discuss here. So first of all, we have to click on the start and we have to go on the control panel. Now in the control panel, window will opens. So from the control panel window, you have to select the programs folder, and you can see in the figure 2.9 control panel there is the programs folder. So you have to select the programs folder. Now this is the start, as you can see. So in the start you will find. So in this Windows 10. So now, so you'll find, see, as you can see in the figure 2.9, there's a programs folder. Now we have to click on this program folder. The program window appears as you can see figure 2.10. The program window appears. Now from the program window, select the turn window features on or off option. There you find the, from the program window you will find you have to select the turn windows feature on or off option. So where you are getting inside the programs and features, turn Windows features on or off. So there you have to go. So we have to select the control panel. So let me type here, maybe in the control panel, control panel, yes. So here we see control panel. Now here you see in the 10 you will get the programs. Now you click on these programs. There you find, see the turn Windows features on or off. Here, turn Windows features on or off. So here, to turn a feature on, select its checkbox. To turn a feature off, clear its checkbox. A filled box means that only a part of the feature is turned on. So what you want to turn on and off, that you have to select here. Now now select the Telnet client option from the Windows feature box and click on OK. Telnet client, here you find the option. See, Telnet client here. That option, Telnet client. Click on the Telnet client like this and click on OK. Now searching for the required files, Windows features like this. Now to connect to the Telnet, type Telnet in the Windows search bar. Now see, the screen will open. As you can see in the figure 2.2, command prompt screen will open. So here I can type, to connect to the Telnet, we have to type the Telnet in the Windows search bar and select the Telnet option. Telnet. Open only. So it is searching for that file. So when the command prompt screen will be displayed, so here from the prompt you can type the telnet commands to access and manage the remote computer. There are many commands to access and manage the remote computer. So that with the help of that we can access the things from the remote computer. See, like this many telnet commands are there. So close it. So the request is completed like this. You'll find the command prompt and there you have to type the things. So that is all the not in your syllabus. So after that we have to study the web services. So what are the web services? And about the web services we will study uh, in the next classes. In the web services we have to study about the chat and the types of the chat, like the instant messaging, instant relay chat, ICQ, web-based chat, video conferencing, and e-learning or e-commerce, e-banking. All this we will study in the next class. So this is all for the today, students. Thank you for your kind attention.